Okay, so do you guys want to start off with the figurative language?
Yeah.
So I like the one where she said more weeds in my garden of worthiness, because it was kind of like she was saying that like she was really happy about something, about getting a running leg, and then she found out that it was $20,000, and she kind of was back down to in like a depressed mood. But then again, where I found this one was when like I think everyone went to like the prom without her. And she said, well, I wonder if I had 2 legs, then people would actually, and then she said, like, more weeds in my garden of worthiness.
Because prom's like a big deal in high school. And
Yeah.
everybody looks forward to that. And you want to like get all fancy and have a date. I don't know. I think like maybe like Gavin or like ask her out probably. Yeah. So be like, oh wait, Meryl's not good.
She's
for
horrible.
Yeah, Meryl's.
So I had figurative language, and it wasn't really from the second half, it was more from the first. But it's on page 10, where, oh wait, that's not, where'd it go? Oh wait, no it's not. It's on page 25. It says rigor mortis spend. I feel like I'm living on rigor mortis spend. And that was in the track.
Yeah, because it was like right between that slump where like she...
Because rigor mortis, I didn't know what that meant. But it's like after you die,
it sounded really hard.
After you die, your body like tenses up for a little, and it said like in the book how on rigor mortis spend all your body's aching and you're trying to push harder.
Yeah.
And
So what would that be? A simile or a metaphor?
I think it's a metaphor.
Yeah, I think that's a metaphor.
Because she said her life right now feels like she's.
Because she is like on rigor mortis spend in real life. Because she's still trying to like fit in, go back to school, which I think really showed when, remember in I think it was the first discussion where she wanted the pant like down and wanted it up.
Yeah.
I think that was like a really big point in it, because it was like a small thing, like going back, but she really wanted to fit in and not like standing out too much.
Yeah. For one of mine, I said how when Fiona was running the 1600, she said the third lap killed her. I said it was sonification because they can't like literally kill you.
I think that's more of a hyperbole.
Yeah.
Because
Either one though.
okay, so and then one of my questions was one of my favorite parts of this book was your reaction to when she gets her running leg, when her team gives her the running leg.
Spoiler alert.
What? That was in the
That was the last part.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that was before 275.
No.
I think it's
Wait.
Yeah, because I said part 5.
No, it's 273. You guys are supposed to read to 275. It's right before the last.
The first sentence in 277 says my first day with the running leg, so I imagine that before then she did get it.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
I was right.
Yeah,
It's like,
she got
it's
it,
like
but she didn't use
surprise,
it.
and then like she got it, and all this. I like how like they really customized it in like no way that anyone else could have it.
Yeah, it was really unique.
Because if you put flames on it, someone else could put flames on it. But I think by putting signatures and like special things on it, I think
They
that
all
really.
kind of work together to get this
Yeah.
leg.
All right. Well,
Jimmy, you
I
have
know
any
I
figurative
read it.
language?
what? Yeah, I had She Blooms. That was kind of short, but like her mom, she was in the garden. She was like when she planted and stuff, she was all happy when she said she blooms. Which I thought was, I don't know. I couldn't really decide what it was because I don't know. I was a little confused. But
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Okay, so for sensory language,
Yeah.
the one that I really liked was she takes us to a small room with a patient table and a service stick. The floor is stained dirty white, like a chalkboard that won't come clean. It's not just the floor either. The cupboard doors, the sink, the chairs, there's chalky whiteness everywhere. I can really picture like chalk, like chalky whiteness when she describes it that way. Because, yeah, like I can almost picture like the feel of it too.
Which is like
Which is kind of weird because like I can feel like grainy and like it stains everything. So that's one of the sensory languages that I really liked.
One that I had is when she like overheard her dad on the phone talking about how it's $20,000, and she said, "My lungs have shut down again. I feel like I'm trapped under a layer of ice, holding on to what little air I have left, drowning under a cold hard ceiling." I could like really imagine how she feels, like how like nervous she is because she already knows that her parents have problems paying for this like for surgeries and stuff. For now, like a $20,000 leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be really hard.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, you know, and that's $40,000 like with her new leg, and then her running leg, her new leg, and then like hospital bills. Like that's so
Yeah.
much money. I mean, I'd be like, well, I don't know, but you know.
So mine was from the beginning also, but it was my breathing's open, flowing, and I barely feel my feet touching down. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Suddenly, I'm floating, flying, soaring around. And that was after she lost her leg. So I think the way she's visualizing it, I could really see her sprinting and pumping her arms and just zooming around the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
must have been so.
also, it was on it's on like the back of one of the hardcovers. But when Rosa asked her like why she likes running, that really like had like a big impact on like what I thought of it.
Yeah.
Because she said like ever since I was like a young kid, like racing the boys, like it was almost like she got like addicted to it. Like she couldn't stop. And it was
And
really
now she has to stop.
yeah.
And I
And
can
I
kind
think
of relate
that's like
to
if she had been like a I don't know, video gamer, just like sitting inside it wouldn't have made a big deal to her. But she's a runner. You need two legs to run.
Yeah.
So
The one I got was I smile and hold on to the warmth of the sunshine. It wasn't that descriptive, but I just could really feel the warmth of the sun.
ever since
Because I did this when
yeah.
it was like snowing, you know.
Yeah.
I want sunshine and I felt the sunshine.
Like yeah, when like at first someone says like the warmth of like the sunshine, I can almost like feel
Yeah,
it
I
even
can
though it's
totally-
like in my head.
Because that was when she was like hugging her mom. And they were in the garden.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the dialogue now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had when she was like, when Fiona had taken her to the track room, and then Coach Cairo was showing her, he said, that's Oscar Pistorius. He is a 400-meter sprinter and a double below the knee amputee. And then how she like reacted, she's like, he runs on those, and then she started like having all these thoughts, like I might be able to run. She's like, I'm afraid to fix that, but I might be able to. And I said like it impacted it because she like actually like got hope now that she could still run.
Yeah. And like when you said like I don't want to believe it again, but I might be able to run. It's almost like she doesn't want to get her hopes up too high of actually being able to run. And yeah. So I think she like wants to do it, but she doesn't want to be like too excited about it in case it can't happen.
doesn't want to get her hopes up.
Sorry, I lost my
Yeah.
part there.
So I had the part when Fiona comes to visit her, and she's like, "Are you okay, Jessica? Hey, look at me." And Fiona's voice brings me back. What happened to Lucy? I choke out, but my gut knows way ahead with the answer, and I could tell because Lucy died in an accident,
Yeah.
and when she knows the answer.
And I really like that like Coach Cairo, he always wears the Lucy bracelet, and I like how
That's so
like she always comes back to it like in the beginning. It's like I noticed that he's wearing like a bright like green or something bracelet with Lucy's name on it, and then like in one of the other parts it said like I can still see the Lucy bracelet even though it's frayed and worn or something.
Yeah.
Like he wore it
Yeah.
after all that time.
Yeah.
And the one that I used was when Jessica was talking to Eric. And she goes, "Hey, I know she's hard to understand at first, but that goes away. She's really nice, she's patient, and she's great at explaining math. I'd be flunking without her." And then he said, "Thanks. You can always take the course again next year, room 402 lunchtime, because in the story she was saying he was in the same spot that she was. He didn't want to go to a girl in a wheelchair for help, but like he doesn't want to flunk. So I think that I really like that she's trying to open up and help Rosa get more connected and for people to see her, not her condition, which is really what she wants.
Yeah.
So what'd you have?
I had stuff I had Fiona. It was talking when, like, she was trying to get her to go out, you know, and then that she was like, it kind of shows what it says, that reveals something significant about the characters, like, kind of shows who Fiona is, and she's kind of like,
Yeah.
Can you imagine having a best friend like that? Like,
She's like caring.
come on, you're leaving your house.
okay, there's this one part that I really, like, it really bugged me. Okay, here it is.
What page is it on?
Okay, 172 and 173. What's going on, I ask him. His lips pinch together for a moment, and then he says, Langston has lodged a complaint with the Red Hat. Vanessa Steele believes that you have planted on the sidelines to
Yeah.
distract her.
Yeah.
This takes a minute to sink in. What? I ask. What? Fiona asks. What? Everyone around us demands. Kyra lets out a heavy sigh. I know, but I need to ask, what were you shouting from the sidelines? What was I shouting? I give him an incredulous, I don't know. Look, I don't know. Go, Annie, go. Something like that. You weren't yelling at her, he asks. No, I look to Fiona for support, and she jumps in with, absolutely not. She was rooting for Annie. Kyra takes a deep breath. Okay then, the Red Hat calls it a ridiculous charge, but I want to set the record straight regardless. I'll have a talk with him and the coach. And then, like, skipping ahead where she says, she apologizes, and she goes, hey Vanessa, I was just cheering on my own team. I'm sorry if I was a distraction to you. And then she says, I guess I'm probably a distraction to everybody, huh? And then Vanessa says, so why is she here? If she knows she's a distraction to everyone, then why is she here? And then Kyra says, like, she's so part of our team, but really towards the end, she's like, I'm not really part of the team anymore.
I didn't like that part.
And like, it was a nice fantasy, but that's all it was. Like those couple pages really, like, I was kind of mad at, I was really mad at Vanessa, because like, this girl, I mean, you might hate her because she's such a good runner and you really want to beat her, but she just lost a leg. She can't do what she loves the most. So, and then you go complaining with ridiculous charges that she's planted there to distract you. Like, I just kind of thought, like, that was kind of irrational.
Yeah.
Like, why would you lodge a complaint like that? And
I hated it when, like, she came
genius.
up to her mom while Jessica was there.
yeah, and it was just like giving my phone, like.
Yeah.
And then she just totally ignored her, like, you know, even
Like,
if you're not
Vanessa,
really
because you
good,
remember,
at least say, like, hi, so nice to see you back, or,
Yeah.
you know, I can't wait to compete against you,
At-
or,
even acknowledging her would
Yeah,
have been,
just
but
saying,
really she didn't even
just
do
like,
that.
oh,
She just kind of was like nodded and like didn't even.
One of my questions on my thing was like, does Vanessa just hate her because she keeps beating her and racist? I didn't like understand because just to like blame something like that on someone, it's just like ridiculous. He's a fun guy. Yeah.
Okay,
I think she was yelling
yeah.
at her. She
Yeah.
was yelling, like, you can beat her, which,
Well, I mean,
That's
it's
not
not
bad.
bad. And then, but I really made a connection to the movie Soul Surfer. Have you guys ever seen that
Oh,
movie?
I love it.
Where Bethany's like competitor really wants to beat her and will do anything to win and it won't even like welcome her back or anything. And she really reminded me of Vanessa Steele because I mean, really the stories are very similar. They both lose a limb and they can't do something they love and then they try to get their way back and they have to compete against their biggest competitor who won't let anything stop them from winning. And that was one of the big connections I made.
And Vanessa was really being a sore loser in a way because
she
she
blamed
knows in
it
the
on other
past that
people.
Jessica's an amazing runner.
Yeah.
And then she just came back after losing her leg and she's just being a jerk.
Okay, the part that I thought is that Vanessa's foot catches her hurdle, suddenly she slams through the air, and then a little bit like down is that Vanessa's on her feet and she's furious. So just like from the fact that when she says she's like furious, she knows that she's just gonna do stuff that she's just like crazy right now. And she's
Like
kind
you
of
can tell like
irrational.
from a person like Vanessa, if she's mad, she's gonna make some ridiculous accusation that doesn't even make sense.
I think she'd do like anything to make it so the other like school loses or something like that.
And she just wants it to not be her fault.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I could have
Like
done it
she
if
just
she wasn't
messed up.
there.
Like, and then Jessica's like, it's not my fault that she clipped a hurdle, and she's basically saying you distracted me. It was your fault.
Also, I think the part where the judge for the jumping, he said, "Wait, can't you just finish your jump?" She's like in a hurry, and I think she's just like running over to like finish everything. And so I think from her being in a hurry, she like tripped over the hurdle, and then she got mad.
She was like rushing.
Do you want to do the questions then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so my biggest question, I feel like Chloe is gonna have like a really big part in the story, and she's